What's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Power Book 2 Ghost Season 2, Episode 4. Nope, Episode 5, you guys. So let's get to it, shall we? Oh my God, there's so much that happened in this episode. My notes are so long. I'm really going to try to condense this and not get into like full-blown conversations and just kind of try to go over it. But you guys know how I do with these reviews. I'll be trying to tell too much. Anyway, first, before we even get started on the review, so you guys made it clear to me that Zeke is actually Auntie's son with Dante and not Kane. Even though, obviously, the problem that I was having with it was that I thought that Kane was older than Zeke. So it didn't make sense to me. Okay, but evidently Kane is younger than Zeke, so that, but it's still, I don't know. I just assumed that Kane was older, so I got it now. Zeke is the son, whatever. And speaking of Zeke, they're dropping him off. Okay, it's like the last little walk on death row, poor thing. They dropping him off. Davis is telling them, when you get in jail, do not talk to nobody because they will rat you out trying to get a better deal on they shit. So stay quiet. Don't talk to nobody. Auntie was just like, Zeke, as long as you in jail, I'm going to be working hard to get you out.
I don't think you have much control over that, Monet.
I was like, dang, she ain't even Auntie no more. She just Monet. Girl, you done fucked up. So they get to the police station, gonna do a regular routine, turning themselves in, not much fanfare, just Davis, Auntie, and Zeke. And when they get there, here come the ADA, here come Brother Tate, here come Important. And Davis was like, oh my God, we got to do all this just for a routine turn in. Like, why are y'all all here? What we need the ADA for? And she says, well, things have come up and now Zeke is no longer a suspect. He's free to go. Okay, that's all. I can go. Zeke was like, bitch, I'm out of here. Okay, so they was just like, wait, what? And Davis was like, so you mean to tell me that, so what happened? All right, so Brother Tate was just like, he's no longer a suspect. We have other suspects. And right when he was about to say that, then Important says, well, other things have come up. Okay, and we've decided to let him go. He's free to go. Okay, Auntie was just like, well, let's get the hell on. So Davis was like, yeah, I expect a full press conference, clearing his name today. And the ADA was like, okay, we'll see. I'll do what I can do. No, bitch, you better get it clear. Putting my po' boy through this. Okay, so when they walk out, Auntie was like, see, Zeke, I told you they was going to find you innocent. It was nothing to worry about.
Yeah, Auntie, but I'm radioactive after that interview. I'm free, but I'm still fucked. Who gonna draft me in the NBA now?
She said, baby, just don't worry about it. Go on back to school. Go on and get back on your basketball team. Everything is going to be good. Okay, so I know she is relieved that her child does not have to go to jail. So they leave. Brother Tate is not happy that Important cut him off in the middle of them talking to Zeke. So he takes him in the back room. He's like, I don't appreciate you cutting me off when I was talking. Important was like, well, he didn't need to know all of that about new suspects and things like that. Now, Brother Tate is trying to explain to him that he feels like Reynolds was mixed up in this whole drug situation at the school. That he been reading the book and that they need to, you need to go on and read this book because he feels like there's a lot of clues of what was going on. Okay. Reynolds' first book that he wrote was on real events, and probably this next book was going to be on real events as well. Now, Auntie gets in the car and she called Milgram. Milgram's, I was just about to call you. Auntie was just like, look, listen, Zeke is off the hook. They let him go. He's not a suspect anymore. So whatever you doing, bitch, stop it. And Auntie is a mess. She was just like, they got a new suspect. She's like, girl, it don't even matter. Why are you worried about it? I said, leave Zeke the fuck alone. He don't know you. You don't know him. I don't know you. You don't know me. You keep my family name out your damn mouth. And she was just like, fine. Okay, she hangs up the phone and here come Important and Brother Tate. And they're telling her that they think they might have a new lead here. That Reynolds' book, they got his book and they need her to read it. Okay, maybe she can come up with some clues that he was talking about and, know what he was talking about. And maybe they can try to research into that as the suspect. So they give her the USB of the book. And so I'm assuming she's going to go home and read that pronto. Now, Auntie, who after she didn't got off the phone with Milgram, she's back at the bar and she has Dante there. I was like, girl, where them kids at? And you can't be there with this man. As fine as he is, sexy. He is not even my type, you guys, but something about him, that voice, you know, just the calm, the levity of it all. But he was like, so why am I here at your bar? And she was like, because bitch don't trust herself in these hotels that you always want to call her to. Okay, she can think straight at this damn bar. So she tells him how Zeke is free, he's back at school, you know, and it's all good, you know. So she don't need him, she don't need his money, any of that. And he was just like, Monet, why can't you just see that I've been here and I've been trying to help, okay? He got a whole plan, you guys. I said, listen to this. And for this old mean ass bitch, I was like, you don't even know her. She didn't turn harsh, cold since you've been gone, Dante. But he was just like, he gonna set up a trust for all the kids, you know, so that they will all be set. You ain't got to stay in this life, because even though Lorenzo is in jail, you still out here, you still hustling, you still doing too much. You ain't got to do all of that. I'm going to set all the kids up. You know, even them kids ain't even mine. But I'm going to set everybody up with a trust. You come on and come with me. Because this life you live in, it's not going to end well. It's a ticking time bomb. You know, so he's trying to put the pressure on her. And she's just, I was like, girl, do you think your kids is going to go for this? Okay. And she was just like, it's too much. It's too much. You know, she can't think about any of that right now. And he says, look, I'm not leaving New York without you. Okay. So you just go on and think about whatever you need to think about and then let me know. A man that wants his woman even after all these years. Now let's jump over to Tariq. So Tariq wakes up, okay? First he wakes up just like a regular, lazy, leisurely morning, and then he jumps awake because he realizes this is the day that they supposed to be taking Zeke in. So he texts Davis like, what time y'all taking Zeke? And he's like, we doing it now. So he was like, oh shit, you know, so he jump up, he getting dressed. He's actually at Lauren's dorm. And she was just like, I'll be out in a second. He's like, I gotta go. And he ghosted her again. She ought to be used to it. So he rushes back to his dorm room. Mel is there and still trying to recover from the night before with antics with Kane. And Tariq's not really paying Mel any attention. He's trying to get the shit. Mel is trying to explain to him how the police is on the campus. They did a drug sweep. Some of their clients got swept up in it. Tariq, aren't you concerned? Tariq was like, I can't worry about that right now. Let's clear out this room. You know, get all the shit out of here. Guns, drugs, whatever they might have. And, you know, they'll worry about it later, but he got to go. Has Kane or Auntie, the Tejadas, any of them been around here? And Mel lies and says no. He says, okay, don't talk to none of them. Okay, leave everybody alone. All right, I'll tell you about it later. And he leaves. Him keeping Mel in the dark, he needs to realize just makes things worse for him in the future. So after that, he ends up going to class. Lauren is already there. When she sees him, she's just like, what's up with you just leaving like that? You know, he's like, I'm sorry, damn. I was like, Tariq, I don't know why you trying to be in this relationship with this girl, okay? You got too much shit going on. You can't even foster a relationship. You know, he was just like, I got a lot going on. I'm trying to get an apartment because I'm trying to get custody of my sister, you know? And she was just, of course, like, oh, like your sister. Yeah, her hearing is tomorrow. I got to get this done. And of course, Lauren, you know, she wants to help her man. But enough about that. So here come the teachers. And here now, all of a sudden, Milgram writes karma real big on the chalkboard, and everybody's just sort of like, karma, that's not what was the assignment last night, you know. And LSK was just like, wait, you talking about karma? Karma is more theological than ethical. And she was like, so what? That's what we talking about to damn day. Okay, she want to know how Tariq feel about karma, how things come back and bite you on the ass, you know, after you done been wrong, now you getting wronged because you did wrong. And so she's really trying to nail all Tariq to the cross about it. Nobody really understands why. When everybody tries to answer the question, she was just like, no, I want to know Tariq's opinion. I was like, oh, bitch. You done already got on my nerves all this season, you know, with your sexiness. And then all of a sudden, now you got a problem with Tariq. And you ain't even trying to hide it. Okay? So Tariq answers her questions or whatever, but she's still just doing way too much. I was like, she gonna get Godchild. Maybe we need to go on. Reynolds gone. Milgram need to be the next to go. So after class, Lauren was like, what's up with, you know, Milgram? And why was she all over you like that? He was like, I don't know what's wrong with her. And then while they're walking, they see Zeke. You know, Zeke is laughing with his boys. He on campus. She was just like, oh, Zeke is back on campus. I'm surprised he didn't get arrested after that interview yesterday. Tariq don't really know why Zeke is there, because I'm sure he thought it was happening too. But, and then he hears somebody say, hey, Tariq, okay, come here. And it was Auntie. She was like, who's that? He was like, that's Zeke, Auntie. I got to go. Okay. She was like, but we supposed to be going to look at the apartment. He was like, I'll call you later. Okay. So Auntie was like, come on, let's take a ride. So he get in the car with Auntie. She got the gun sitting on the console there, and she is telling him, like, you know what, I told you a long time ago, don't lie to me. If we're going to work together, you got to be truthful. I got to be able to trust you. Now, why did not know none of this shit about Reynolds and you and Kane and what you all did? So Tariq comes clean with her, admits to everything, and, well, of course, you know, Auntie don't like that. You was going to let my boy take the fall for this. And he was like, no, I was not trying to let him take the fall for it. I was trying to, you know, I had a plan. I did not know that Zeke and my professor was fucking. Like, how was I supposed to know that? So my plan was supposed to work. It got all mixed up with all these other people, but, you know, his plan was on track. She was like, I ought to shoot your fucking ass, but I need you. So Auntie has a plan for them to get past this, and the plan is that he needs to figure out who Kane's connect is. Now, I don't understand why she doesn't know that it would be, or maybe have any suspicion that it could be Dante. Okay, but she still hasn't made it ain't clicked yet. So yeah, find out who Kane's connect is and then let me know. And then she kick him out the car. Now, back to Milgram. So Milgram tells Important and Brother Tate that she feels like the book is about Tariq. All right. It's clear. It's about Tariq. They're like, no, it can't be Tariq because in the suite, they found out it was some white preppy kid that they was dealing with. And she was like, well, maybe his roommate Mel. All right. They were like, Mel? Braden? No way. He's rich. Like, why would he even get caught up in that? Well, she was just like, I'm telling you, this is all on Tariq. That explains why she had such an attitude in the fucking class. Okay. So Important is just like, he still wants to go after Zeke. Brother Tate was like, no, we're going to follow up on this lead on Tariq. And Important says, well, the only way that Tariq could get involved is he would have to know about the book. Well, Brother Tate is on Milgram's side, and Important just feels like there's no connection there and that lead is not the way to go. He's still got his eyes laser trained on Zeke. But she got it out for Tariq. So when she meets with Lauren comes to the office and tells her, like, look, I can't wear this bug no more. I just can't do it. And Milgram was just like, oh, girl, that ain't an option no more. You're going to have to wear this damn watch because they feel like Mel is involved in this whole drug situation on campus. And she was just like, Braden, no. It's like, no, that's not what it is. And she was just like, yeah, because they say it was a white preppy kid and it would be Mel. And, you know, she was like, well, I got to tell Tariq so he don't get wrapped up in this. And she's like, no, don't tell Tariq. Now, don't tell Tariq because that'll mess up everything. They don't think that Tariq is involved. I said, oh, Milgram, see, now you lying. So now you forcing this girl to wear this bug. You ain't telling her the truth. Okay, Milgram is about to dig herself a hole. And I can't wait. I'm tired of her and her big ass hair. So she tells Lauren that she can protect Tariq by wearing the bug and finding everything that she can out about Mel. You can help Tariq. Just do it so you can be free and clear of all of this mess, girl. Yeah, you guys. I can't stand too much more Milgram. So then Lauren sits down with Detective Important, Brother Tate. And I feel like she inadvertently got Tariq in more trouble. So basically, they want her to wear this wire, and now it's going to be a live wire. So they're going to be listening in on her conversation live, and they're going to be telling her what she should. I said, what, with some shit behind her ear or something? Oh my God, Lauren, are you really about to get yourself in this much trouble? And then Important tells Brother Tate how he's got a lead on Kane. You know, Kane's a Tejada. He may have done all this for Zeke. Of course, Brother Tate wants to go with Tariq, but Important, again, like I said, still got his eyes on Zeke. Now, jumping back to over Auntie. Auntie goes to see Lorenzo, and she was just like, you know what, baby, it all worked out. Okay, Zeke, they let him go, said that he was innocent, that he wasn't a suspect anymore. And he was like, see, baby, I told you everything was going to work out. We ain't had to put the house up or nothing. Then the phone rings, and he answers, and it's overly dedicated. Hey, this is the lawyer that your daughter gave the money to help you get out of jail. Like, are you free to talk? And he was just like, oh, hold on, baby, I got to take this call. She was just like, oh, I mean, you putting me out? I mean, it's already, I don't get to see you that often, and now I got to go. Is that how we doing today? She was just like, oh, okay. So she gets up and she leaves. All right. And then he gets back to the phone with overly dedicated. He was like, I'll tell you whatever you need to know. And I'm just like, how is it that this is even working? Like, how is it even an option that he can get out of jail? You know, they ain't even explained to us what's going on with that. So that's on the back burner. Now, Important tells the ADA at the bar that there's a connection between Zeke and Kane, you know, tells them that they're cousins and that maybe Zeke had Kane do it and all of that. And she was just like, I need more evidence before I, you know, start bringing Zeke back into the circus after we done already put him through what he went through. Like, I'm not doing that again. Okay, so give me something more. She's supposed to be meeting Overly Dedicated there, so she got to cut Important off, you know, just so she can meet with Overly Dedicated. And he was like, who is that? And she was like, don't worry about it. Come on, let's go. Now, after Auntie leaves Lorenzo at jail, she meets up with Kane. And she was just like, okay, so yeah, I did talk to Tariq and he told me everything that you said, you know, and she basically is not going to cut Tariq off because she needs him. And he was like, oh, so you ain't put your foot off in that nigga ass like you did me, and he ain't get a slap or nothing? And she was just like, no, he ain't did all that, because I'm telling you, we need him. But, you know, I need to figure out a way that I can trust you again. And Kane is pissed. Like, damn, I went through all of this. I'm your child. And look at how you let Tariq get off the hook. But anyway, she was just like, so you're going to have to, I'm going to need you to do something for me so that I can trust you again. Because everything is all about what you can do for Auntie, okay? That's the only way that you can get her to like you, is what you can do for her. So she was like, I need you to find out what Tariq's weaknesses are, because he feel like he can do whatever the fuck he want to do. We don't know what the weakness is. We don't know what's going to really hurt him. So I need you to find that out. And he was like, okay, Mom, I got that. So he goes to the dorm, pops up on mail, you know, still trying to find Tariq, and Tariq is not there. Maybe he's with his girl. Well, there's a knock at his door, and his girl is at the door. She looking for Tariq too, you know. And Kane was like, oh shit, like, who is this? Hell, I guess Tariq is the man of the hour, because he looking for him too. And she was just like, who are you? And then he was like, I'm Zeke's cousin. And she was like, oh, okay, well, I saw Tariq go off and talk to this woman that's supposed to be Zeke's auntie. Are you his mother? Or is she your mother? And he was like, yeah, you know where they went? And she was like, I don't know. Okay. And he was like, well, why don't you just give me your number so that if I find Tariq, I'll call you and let you know. And she just looks at him and she was just like, anyway, Mel, tell Tariq I came by. Okay. Mel trying to break all this up. Like, come on, Kane, I'm going to take you to get something to eat, you know, so because he don't need Lauren to know nothing about the work that they're doing together. Well, Tariq is down there to the courthouse trying to get the facilitator that's over the estate to represent him as his lawyer, you know, in this custody battle for his sister. And, you know, at first the guy was just like, he don't really want to do that. But Tariq was like, I really need you to do it. And besides, you supposed to be over the estate. That's to take care of you know, James St. Patrick's kids. Like, aren't you helping his kids by helping me out? And once he looked at it that way, he was like, okay, I will go on and try to help you out. I will represent you. If you can do everything that you're supposed to do, by the time we go to court tomorrow, you know, then I will say that you should be the custodial parent of your sister, you know, in court. So he says, okay, bet. So Tariq hits up Diane and tells her that he needs money, you know, and that he needs basically her to get some drugs for him. And, you know, she was just like, why? You know, all this shit going on. And he was like, well, first of all, I don't really trust Kane. Secondly, you know, I'm trying to get custody of my sister, and I've got to get in a place, and, you know, I basically need this money so I can get my sister. And so, of course, when he told her that, she was kind of with it. She was like, well, I don't really trust Kane either, but I will try to get these drugs for you, you know, and all of that. So she meets with Kane and she tells him how she's trying to get this for Tariq, you know, because he's trying to get the money for the sister. And Kane is just like, that sounds like a damn personal problem to me. And she was just like, listen, if you don't do this shit, I'm going to tell mama that you turned that cocaine into sugar. Okay. She was able to figure that shit out. And he was just like, oh. I guess he didn't think that Diane was so observant. So he's like, fine, I'll go on and do it. You know, just tell him to come and get it. You know, make sure that he's the one that comes to get it. I guess he gonna get that handled by tonight. But Kane goes over to Dante's house and he just commiserating with Dante. He mad that, you know, Auntie ain't did shit to Tariq, like how he always coming down on Kane. So Dante was like, listen, don't give her a chance to even choose Tariq over you. You need to be everything that she needs and more. Just whatever she needs, you know, you need to be the one to come up with that shit like this. You the plug. You the one that keeps everything going. Without what you do, it wouldn't happen. So just make sure that she knows that. And of course, Dante is already very clear that Kane and Tariq was the one that got Reynolds. All right. Even though Kane won't admit that to Dante, he already knows. So he's trying to play Kane on that angle. Now, you guys, jumping over to Drew. I'm not really understanding Drew's storyline. Why is he, the boyfriend, even involved in any of this stuff? It doesn't make really any sense. So just seeing these two, it just seems like a stupid relationship and a stupid storyline, and it's just like, we don't care, you know. But he's there with the boyfriend, and then there's a knock at the door. It's Zeke, you know. So Drew was like, go on and let him in. And when he lets him in, you know, Zeke come in like, hey man, what's happening? You know, hair blonde on the top. He's like, oh, you back, huh? Yep, he back. Everything is good, you know. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do about I'm gonna do what I feel like doing, whatever I want to do. Then the light bulb goes off, and he's just like, how y'all know each other? And they was like, oh, we met at the club. Remember that night, you know, when all the shit went down? And they was like, oh yeah, nobody went. No, don't bring that up. Let's talk about that. Okay. Plus, Zeke ain't really, he don't want to think about this shit. Zeke just wants to play basketball. He want to fuck the girls on campus. I mean, that's how he want his life to be. Okay? All the rest of this shit is just too much. So he's just like, let me show the ladies my hair. Okay, good seeing you, know. Everybody happy. All right. And he leaves. When he leaves, the boyfriend was like, well, you lie easily. And Drew was like, what would you want me to tell him about us? Yeah, like I said, what does Everett want? Nigga, you already know that your boyfriend is up in the game. Either you accept it or you don't. But why are we even seeing this? Don't nobody care about them too. Now, later on, Kane is meeting with Mill, you know, for the exchange of the drugs, whatever. And he is just like, where is Tariq? Why keep on meeting with you? And Mill was like, what's the fucking problem? You still getting paid. Okay? That's the bottom line. So it don't even really matter. Okay? So, fine. They do their little exchange, and then we see that Tariq is actually hiding off in the car watching this whole transaction. And I'm thinking, whose car was that? Was that Lauren's car, you guys? I don't know. But anyway, when they leave, you know, Mel goes his way, and Kane goes the other way, and Tariq follows him in his car. All right. Follows him to Dante's house. And when Kane goes inside with Dante, you know, Tariq get out the car in stealth mode, got his thing pulled over his head, and he goes up to the damn number board, you know, to push in to get in the building. And then this guy just comes up behind him. One of Dante's, you know, security out there on the streets is like, what you doing here? What you trying to do? You know, takes his phone from him. And then they put the camera on him. Dante and Kane is upstairs with the Asian guy, the nigga, the most scariest man on the show. Shit. So the Asian guy, well, actually, Dante is not with him. It's just Kane and the Asian guy. And so the guy was like, look who I got. There's somebody out here. And, you know, the Asian guy was, is this one of Mahoney's people? You know? And so he was just like, where are you from? And he was like, Kane, do you know him? And Kane is looking at him, and he was like, nope, never seen a little nigga in my life. Okay, you sure? I said I don't know him. Okay, so that gives the other guy the reason to just beat his ass out there on the street and then let him go. So Tariq, you know, beat up and shit, goes and runs back to the car like, fuck, okay, he really messed up. He lost his phone and everything. So Kane is in the house with Dante and the scariest Asian on earth, and oh boy, okay, the guy from the street. So when they get up there, you know, the Asian guy was like, I don't think that was Mahoney's, you know, one of Mahoney's people. He didn't even have a weapon on him, a gun or nothing. Okay. Kane, you sure you didn't know who that was? Kane was like, no, I didn't know who that was. All right. So then it just turns out that you just didn't beat this man up out in front of the building for no damn reason. Okay. Dante, man, like, we don't need them kind of eyes on us. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Okay. So then he just get a little signal to the scariest Asian on earth, and honey, he just sliced the man's throat. I said, oh, damn. Okay, the man bleed out all on the sushi we trying to get together here. I was like, oh, I mean, really? Nigga, that's that on that. So yeah, y'all, Tariq beat up. He go back over to Diane, meet with her, you know, and she got to nurse him back to health. When Drew gets home from the school, his boyfriend is dropping him off, and he sees him, so they take Tariq in the house so they can nurse him back to health, I guess. Now, on a real quick other note, we see Davis in the jail visiting his brother. And, you know, Davis is really like determined to get his brother out of jail. And his brother's like, you sure you want to do that? Because I'm telling you, I'm fine here. I'm fine. And Davis is like, no, the way I'm going to work it, it's going to be fine. Like, I really want you to get out of here. You know, there's nothing that I'm not going to do to get you out of here. And his brother was like, and there's nothing that I'm not going to do to keep you out of here. So I was just like, is the brother taking a fall for him? You know, maybe he knew that Davis had promise in him and that, you know, shit was going to turn out for him in his life. So, you know, he probably felt like his shit was fucked up anyway. So he'll go to jail and let his brother prosper outside and all of that. You know, but what Davis done did, you guys. Now, the next day, Tariq is supposed to be meeting the people to get this apartment. Ain't nobody giving you an apartment with your face looking like that, Tariq. Okay? He meeting Lauren and the lady out there all beat up and shit. And the lady was just like, oh, yeah, the apartment's not available no more. Lauren was just like, first of all, why you always disappearing? And why you coming up here looking all beat up and shit like that? Who was supposed to give you a place after she was already on the damn fence? And then here you come with that. He said he got robbed out in front of the building or whatever yesterday. But, you know, he really got to get a place. Like, this ain't going to work. He got to have all this before he go to court. And she was like, well, I got an idea. So she takes him to an apartment and says, this is her brother's apartment, but he in a halfway house. He don't get to be there. She got the keys. Okay. I mean, I get who's paying for the apartment. Okay. Why is it that this apartment just sitting there like this? Her parents don't know nothing about it. Well, if the parents is keeping up with the apartment, then wouldn't they have the keys? Like, what? How? Child, all this foolishness. So anyway, she was just like, you know, you can have the place. And he was just like, oh, wow. Like, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. And then she tries to get the little, you know, the little info on Mel. And she was just like, do you think that Mel might be involved with the whole drug situation on the campus? You know, they say that Reynolds might have knew about the drugs and all of that. He was just like, he don't know Reynolds, so he didn't care nothing about him. So no, he wasn't involved at all. Well, she says, well, he was writing a book about it, and did you know who the book was based on? And he was like, yeah, he told me who the book was based on. Now, of course, important, and Brother Tate is listening from the outside, and of course, these two are still not agreeing on the direction of this investigation. Tate says, look, he already knows about the book. Like, that's really a lead right there. He already knew about it, and still important is still not buying it. Kane goes over to see his mama, and he was like, look, mama, I know you had that boy follow me, okay, to my connect's house, and you know, you doing shit like that, you could have got us both killed. All this time I was thinking that the problem was Tariq, but no, you the fucking problem. I said, you better stand up to your damn mean ass mama. Like, you playing us all. You the fucking joke around here. She was like, I do whatever I gotta do to make sure that this family still stands. She gotta keep the shit from falling apart. And he was just like, that's the whole thing, mama. Like, who am I to you? Am I a fucking soldier or am I family? And she was like, you're both. And he says, well, see, what kind of mama does that make you? He was like, make sure Tariq get his damn phone back. All right. And I was just like, ooh, Auntie, it's falling apart. Girl, it's falling apart all around you. Later on, at the hearing, you know, the hearing is supposed to be at 3 o'clock. Tariq is gussied up as best as he can be with his shiner on his face. And right when he was walking in the building, Auntie was just like, hey, Tariq, come here. And I was like, nigga, don't get in that car. And be like, I'll see you in a minute, okay? But no, he goes on and gets in the car. And she rolls up the windows and locks the doors. And she was just like, yeah, see, you ain't about to go to this hearing. You about to lose custody of your daughter, of your sister, because you just don't listen to shit. Okay, it's clear that you don't, you think you can just lie to me and say whatever the hell you want to say and there's no consequences. So you about to lose your damn sister the same way that I almost lost Zeke. Okay, so we just gonna sit here. And that Tariq is looking around. He look at his watch. It's like 2 minutes to 3. And he was just like, man, fuck this. That damn Tariq was like, you think you got shit in control? You ain't got nothing in control. None of your kids trust you. Your kids out there doing whatever the fuck they want to do. Okay? Diane is the one that took the fucking money out the safe. Drew is still fucking the basketball player that snitched on everybody at the damn investigation. And Kane is the one that turned the fucking coke into sugar. Okay? Your coke. Remember? Yeah, Kane is the one that did that. Okay, you think that you got all this under control, ain't got nothing. And she was just sitting there just sort of like, her baby face was cracked and on the ground. I said, girl, you is molded. Scratch the neck. He was like, you can't do anything without me. You think you running this shit, baby? You cannot. There's no operation without me. Tell me what we doing here, because I got a damn a damn court case to get to it. She just unlocked the door. Because, baby, your problem is with your children. So he gets out the car. He runs into court. He's a couple of minutes late. You know, of course, that's not going to look good. The judge was just like, he come in here. Not only is he late, he looked like he been in a damn street brawl. The lawyer says that he feels like Tariq is, you know, the better person here, the better option. You know, of course, Granny over there just nervous and, you know, got her good wig on and trying to defend herself, bless her heart. You know, the lawyer tells the judge that she had been misappropriated the funds and had been spending some of the estate money in there. She was like, is that true? And she was just like, yes, you know, she had a little problem, but she all right now. And the judge was like, have you been to a rehabilitation center? You know, did you finish a program? And she says, no, but she prayed on it. Well, that's a defense. Honey, my Lord has never let me down. So, I'm sorry, that's not gonna be enough for the judge today. Tariq gets up, and Tariq's always been well at expressing himself and getting people to believe him. So he tells the judge how, you know, he does love his grandmother and all. He just feels like she's not the person for her right now, that he can be better for his sister. He's got a job, he's got a place. It's all on the court records. You know, he's responsible, and the lawyer says that he's responsible. So the judge was like, okay, I'm going to go on and give you a chance. I'm going to go on and let you go on and get your sister, you know, and all of that. So it's just like, okay, victory. That poor granny over there just like, Lord have mercy. All my people gone. I feel sorry for the granny. But at least Tariq still loves his grandmother. She's just not the one right now. And while all this is going on, they're sweeping the campus, remember? So, of course, Brother Tate is in Tariq's room trying to go through everything. They ain't found nothing, you know? And the dean or the, you know, the high up on the campus just like, okay, you ain't found nothing. We got to go. He's just like, wait a minute. He going through the drawers. He going through the drawers and the desk. And then he finds the badge of Detective Ramirez. And so he picks it up. He was like, you were saying that we wasn't finding anything? I was just like, how stupid would Tariq be to just leave a badge in the middle of it? Ain't even tucked away nowhere, nothing. It's just sitting in the drawer. Child, please. So anyway, and it's probably not going to have Tariq's fingerprints on it. It's not going to have anybody's prints on it. So I'm just still trying to figure out how they going to say that that's on Tariq. But I mean, I guess it's enough to at least get him arrested. But we'll get to that in a minute. So Auntie, okay, honey, times is tough. She done found out that her kids is fucked up and or that she's fucked up. Somebody fucked up in all of this. So now she will, you know what? Let her go to her man. Lay her troubles on him, okay? She tells him that the kids have betrayed her. Basically, that, you know, they don't trust her. She don't trust them. They don't trust each other. You know, it's just bad. Maybe you right. Maybe this is too much for her, okay? Maybe it is time for him to meet Zeke. You know, so she was like, just give me some time. I know it's going to take a minute. You know, let me just talk to my kids first. But, you know, yes. And he was just like, yes. And she was like, yes. Okay, I guess that's Auntie's version of opening herself up. Okay, and they kiss. And I was just like, oh, this is about to be something. Maybe Auntie is about to find some happiness in her life. Maybe, you guys. Anyway, Tariq, you know, when he gets out of court, he sees Yasmin, you know, he tells her, you know, that he gonna have her, that everything is gonna be good now. Don't worry about it. And she was like, I trust you, Tariq. And he was like, you should, because I got you. Granny is good. She's a good person. We still love her. She just messed up right now, but we gonna all be one big happy family again. Don't worry. And she was just like, okay, things is going good, right? He goes back to campus looking courtroom sharp. And when he walks on campus in the little quad, he sees Mel, and Mel is kind of doing his head like this. And Tariq was like, what's going on? So when he turns and looks over his shoulder, they're going important to Tate. Okay, you're under the arrest for the murder of Reynolds, Jabari Reynolds. And Tariq was like, what? Okay. And so they handcuff him, and Mel is just looking like, damn. Okay, he didn't want that to happen. Of course, Tariq has to do this walk of shame. So there's Milgram and Lauren. Lauren tries to go up to him, and she was just like, no, Lauren, okay, this is what he deserves. And, you know, everybody is just watching. Zeke is watching with his homeboys. Like, damn, Tariq is about to go to jail. So they walk him to the police car and put him in there. Take him down to the station. When we see Tariq in the jail, when he talks to his lawyer, he's actually talking to his facilitator, you know, from the custody case and the estate. He looking real somber, and he just gives Tariq an envelope. And Tariq was like, what's this? And he was just like, I don't know. I was ordered to give it to you if you was ever arrested for homicide. Okay. And so it's from his father. And he was just like, I was hoping I never had to give you that envelope. So Tariq is just sort of like So he goes back to his jail cell, and he finally opens the envelope, and there's another envelope inside of that, and he opens that envelope, and that shit says, "I knew you would end up in here, little nigga, right where you belong." I was cracking up. That ghost is an asshole, okay? And Tariq just reads that like, damn, from the grave. That nigga got the last laugh, and Tariq can't even say nothing back to his black ass. I was cracking up. But whatever, you guys. Back to Monet, child. She goes home, and you know, she done been with her man, and she got a plan and all. Let her talk to her kids, and then she gonna ride off into the sunset with Dante, or at least that's what she think. And, but then when she get home, you know, she hear all this laughing and talking, and she's kind of listening like, what the fuck is that? I know that ain't what I think I hear. You know, she kind of listening. And then she opened the door and go in there, and child Lorenzo is in there with the kids. You know, they was like, hey, mama, look at who here, daddy here. And she was just sort of like, oh, you know, they was like, why you didn't say nothing? She was like, oh, I guess I was just trying to keep it as a surprise. You know, he gets up and he's just like, baby, I'm home. And she was just like, oh. I said, auntie, girl, how you about to do this? Them kids ain't gonna listen to shit you say now. They daddy is out of jail, okay? They already don't see it for you, girl. It is about to be tough. You definitely can't bring a new relationship on this shit. And Lorenzo ain't letting you go, girl. And she ain't even got them big enough balls to try it, I don't think. Anyway, but yeah, you guys, that shit was good. I was just like, oh, Monet, that poor Monet ain't gonna be happy. Auntie not gonna be happy, y'all. She just destined to be an old jacked up ass relationship with Lorenzo and them old badass kids, you guys. But yeah, it was good. It was a good, it won't be on next week, so I guess it won't be back on until the new year. But how'd you guys like this episode? All right, you guys, let me get on off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom. Bye. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.